Aaron, thanks for talking to us on the halftime show for today's game. Firstly, before we go on to pre-season and the new season ahead, just a quick look back to last season. Obviously, you were voted Player of the Year by the supporters. How did it feel getting that recognition from the fans?
It was brilliant. No, it's sort of one award that sort of go nice. I enjoyed the season last year. I thought as a team we were good in spells and just fell short at the final hurdle, but it was nice to get the award.
Obviously, you said there was a lot of good moments last season, but did just kind of fall short. But in terms of your personal development, do you feel that you really came on quite a bit last year?
Yeah, I've been saying it from the start. I just need sort of game time. That's a big thing for me. Sort of playing catch up in that department. And I think the more games I play, the better I'll get naturally. I'm coming at that stage of my career where I'm really trying to kick on and be the best I can be and putting in the hard work on and off the park.
You're now very much an established part of the first team at Dunfermline, been here a few years now. That experience last year of just falling short in the playoffs, do you think that can help you and the team going forward this season?
Yeah, definitely. I think it was sort of a strange position for most because I can't imagine many of us have played in a playoff game throughout the squad. So there's a lot of boys that are still here from last year and that would have learned for that experience, me included. I think it's just sort of fine lines and small margins because looking back to the first game, I think we played pretty well and we created a lot of chances. We just couldn't find the back of the net, and ultimately I thought that was sort of the Achilles heel in the tie, because having that game at home, you would want to take the advantage going into the away game at Raith Rovers.
Absolutely. Anyway, let's move on to the season. More of a positive outlook now. Obviously, a big change this summer. New manager in, Peter Grant's come in. How have you found that? How's he been? How's pre-season been? Seems like there's a real positive mood around the camp just now.
Yeah, it's been great. I think the manager's come in with a clear picture on how he wants to play, and I think all the boys have bought into that. Training's been good. It's been tactical and a lot of hard work, obviously. So we've got the new formation, and I think boys are sort of adjusting to new roles. And I think everyone's just trying to take the small little messages he's trying to give us and trying to make us better as a group.
You mentioned the new formation, a new role for yourself at the moment, right-sided of a back three. How do you find that? How does it suit your play style? Is it something you enjoy?
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. I think defensively it suits me because I think that's sort of the main strength of my game. So although I'm lacking maybe a couple of inches for a centre half, I'm decent enough in the air to get away with it. So on the ball as well, the manager's sort of given me that freedom to step forward and join in the play, and if it's on, go and overlap, which is a wee bit unusual for a centre half, but it's a sort of attacking football he wants to play. And I think coming for the 2 games we've played already, there's been some decent stuff, but I think the main message from the manager has been to be better in both boxes, and blah, only 2 games in, it's going to take a little bit of time. So yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned you're lacking maybe a little bit in the air. That didn't seem to hamper you at Firhill. First game of the season for you, getting a goal. That's a good start for you.
No, it's not like me. Normally I'm not allowed up for set plays. So hopefully that's sort of cemented a spot for me going up from now on.
Absolutely. Just in terms of the game against Dumbarton on Saturday, obviously this will go out at half time during that game, but fans back at East End Park, 1,000 Pars fans due to be in attendance. I mean, that's just massive for all the players, for everyone involved with the club. I'm guessing you're delighted at the prospect of having them back.
Yeah, absolutely. Feels like a long time coming, and sort of sure every footballer around the country is sick of saying that. Can't wait to have them back, and now it's finally here. So I hope we can put on a performance and send them home with a smile on their faces.
Yeah, absolutely. I know Owen from Williams said post-match he was very much looking forward to it, and how, East End Park last season was a bit of a shell of a place at times. Obviously playing there for you guys, it must have been tough not having any fans there. Do you think, maybe you mentioned them sort of fine lines in the playoff games, they're the kind of moments where the fans can push you over the line in games?
Yeah, definitely. It was sort of strange at the start, obviously, and then it sort of became a normality and you got used to not having fans there. But definitely in sort of those playoff games, I think at both places there would have been a lot of fans, maybe even a sellout at both places. So that's experience sort of us as players have missed out on as well. But hopefully same again this season. We can go and push up league.
You've obviously played in front of the fans at East End Park a lot. You'll know what the crowd can be like. But for some of the new signings in the squad, it's going to be good for them to see almost just how big a club Dunfermline is and how big a backing we've got.
Yeah, definitely. I think it might come as a surprise to some boys. I remember my first game of the season a couple of years ago. We played Dundee, and it was sort of electric. And hopefully, with our performances, hopefully we can get more and more fans through the door, because that's ultimately what we want to come and see is good attacking football and winning games. So
yeah, obviously the easing of restrictions has allowed for fans to get back in. We hope that'll speed up going forward. But just on that, in terms of stuff maybe the fans haven't seen over the last year, with COVID restrictions, protocols, how kind of difficult has it been for you guys in terms of training, in terms of match days, having to go about things differently, and how much are you looking forward to that kind of easing, hopefully in the next few months?
Oh, last year it was tough at times, if I'm honest. We trained at Alloa and through summer, winter, before training, but we'd have to sit in the stands for an hour, socially distanced. Obviously, wear shorts and that on snow. It was freezing at times and it was tough. No lunches, and then not getting a shower or anything after training, not having sort of fresh kit or clothes to go home in, because we had nowhere to get changed. So at times you're driving home soaking and freezing. So that was tough. And then obviously with all the restrictions, you have to watch what you're doing. Obviously no car sharing. So boys are coming from sort of Kilmarnock and Dundee, and sort of everyone felt it. And at times as well, there was new faces that come in, and you sort of can't grab a coffee or sit down and have lunch. And I think those small things make differences, because you don't really know who you're playing with. Obviously you get to know them, but it's sort of not the same as sitting down for an hour and having a coffee. So
yeah, because I suppose that's one of the most important things of a successful team unit is, if you've got a close group, that makes the world of difference on the pitch. That must be, as you mentioned there, must be really tough not having that. And you'll be hoping that this year, if things do ease the way they should do, that can kind of improve.
Yeah, I think that made a big difference, and already sort of restrictions have eased a little bit, and we see some of that, and other things we sort of have to be careful about. So I think the new boys, I think it suited them, and I think they've been welcomed in, not better than the boys last year, but I think it's made it a little bit more easy because we can get that coffee now. So yeah.
Absolutely. Just looking forward to the league campaign kicking off soon. Morton away on the opening day, going to be a tough fixture, but this league campaign, the manager's been very open in his ambitions for the team to go and have a good fist at trying to win the league this year. I suppose that's the aim.
Yeah, I think it's got to be. I think if you ask all the clubs, they'll say the same, but I think there's a good positive sort of mindset in the group, and he's drilled that into us. So I think the first game's going to be really important, because I've seen sort of what happens when you don't get that first win. A couple of years ago we had to wait maybe 9 or 10 games, and then last year I think we started the season flying. So be looking to go and try and win the game, obviously, and have a solid start to the season.
I think the fact that obviously Hearts in the league last year was kind of a bit of an anomaly in that they were the standout favourites to go and win the league. This season it looks like a very well balanced league, but again, you know, the Championship is never easy. Good teams in there, Kilmarnock, Hamilton, Thistle coming up will be good, Inverness. So it's going to be a battle, but the experience you've got over the last 2 seasons should be able to you'd hope, help the team.
Yeah, I think sort of the main thing from that is I think you've got to take care of your home games and try and win as many as possible and pick up as much as you can. And then the away games, I think, big thing for last year, I don't think we won enough of them. Thought our away form was quite poor. So you can get a nice balance between making East End a real tough place to come and not giving away any freebies, and sort of building on that away form. I think we can do all right.
Just for you personally, have you got any aims, objectives set for this season? You've obviously got a goal and Josh Edwards has got an assist so far. So is there a wee competition now?
No competition. I think any time he's been in front of goal, he's can't I say it, but I think his goal record speaks for itself. So no, as long as he keeps assisting, hopefully I can score a couple more. But no competition now.
Just finally, it felt like quite a short off season this time round, largely probably down to the Euros. Did you watch much of that? Scotland involved? Did you get time to watch much of it?
Yeah, I caught quite a bit. I think the games sort of towards the end started catching up with our pre-season, and we had a few games, so I missed a few games at the end. But no, I enjoyed cheering on Scotland. I thought it was good. No, I really wanted them to do well, so hopefully they can go and do well and qualify for the World Cup.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Aaron. Thanks for joining us.
No bother. Thank you.